There's a street in Madras that's got the attention of men from all around the world. All thanks to Osman Abdul Razak, a creative entrepreneur who's built a business around taste. Savile Road trained 20 years in the making. He's not chasing trends, he's seeking timelessness. We had the good fortune of stealing some of his time while he was in Hyderabad. Grabbed a coffee, found a good spot to sit, and had a conversation about the man behind the brand. This is Yellow Not White, only at the Quorum. First of all, thank you, Osman, for taking out the time. Really appreciate that. Since you're an early riser like me, probably let's start there. Why don't you walk me through a little bit about, let's say, your ideal day in your life, how you've designed it and perfected it over the years. You must have figured out, okay, this is something I want to do, this is how I want to start my day. A little bit about that. Maybe let's start there.
No, we're constantly, I think, as people, we're constantly evolving. But firstly, Archit, thank you so much. Yellow, not white. Very interesting. When you told me, I'm like, okay, wait, what am I getting myself into? But conversations has been a part of my role at work.
Right.
That's how we've evolved.
Right.
That's how we build character.
Right.
So I think this is great. So
lovely to hear
thank
that.
you. Brilliant property. Hyderabad has my heart. Knowledge City, the Quorum Club, amazing. And yeah, happy to be here.
Great.
Back to routine. Like I said, we're constantly evolving. So this is something that's happened to me in the last few years where I'm as early as, you've heard of Robin Sharma's 5 a.m. club?
Yeah.
I never
Read
understood
that
that why, but then, I was gifted a book as well. Religiously, we also start our day with our morning prayer, which is around 5, right? The early bird gets the worm. 5 a.m. club.
Right.
Starting your day early adds to, the mind's fresh.
That's correct.
You're not
Absolutely.
distracted with everyday
the noise
routine.
of the world.
Because again, I'm so socially involved in my business.
Exactly.
First thing is out of habit, the phone. So I'm trying to stay away with that.
Right.
So you're learning from mentors, you're hearing people say things,
Right.
and it's really helped me.
Right.
Your really clear thoughts. So Mesa was that, no, I need to wake up.
And this idea came up during one of your early parts of the day, like when you were just thinking about what next.
Because randomly, I love everything in a man's wardrobe, right? I'm obsessed by it. So like you said, essential. So now, okay, how, where, how, does all of this have to be an Osman label? I said no. Then I did try to do it.
Right.
I want a perfume in my name. I want eyewear in my name. I want a watch in my name. I said no. I said, why would someone buy an Osman?
Right.
So I didn't want to label everything
Osman.
I wanted to bring in character, right? So all of these have been happening only in my morning me time, clarity.
What's that window like though? Like, is it before the store opens? What's that window of time that's protected and sacred to you that, okay, no one can bother you, no one can reach you?
So I now consciously keep my phone aside.
Okay.
It's also away from my bedside, so only the alarm, I get up, switch it off so I'm awake. Because then you tend to snooze.
True.
And it's before my wife, my kids are awake.
Right.
So I get a little
Window for yourself.
Yes.
Got it. And through the day, is there also some routine there which you really look forward to in the day that, I don't know, some ritual of yours that makes you feel like, okay, this was a good day?
Rising early, if I miss that, my day is not so,
Not off to a right
I feel
start.
like I missed that moment. So I think just rising at that particular time. There
Just
are days
that keeps you going.
That is for me a start. There's a process. There are a few things how my mind works on. I'm a little meticulous. I wouldn't say OCD, but there's a little pattern. And if I don't get to do that pattern, it
then
irks
things
me.
feel off.
I'm constantly very fidgety throughout the day. So that has become a pattern. I wish I could say I want to work out and, fitness is a major part. It's there. It's still not taken over.
You've built your brand and business around taste. That's the core anchor of it. And it's a perfect example of a brand's moat being taste. Of course, taste is not something you get a degree in. It's something you acquire over the years. If I were to take a sneak peek into that acquisition closet of yours, what are some of those things that you can recall that have that you can contribute to your taste palette, but outside the world of fashion, world of work that you are in?
I tell people that we are all just ordinary men with crazy obsessions.
I love that.
So
I love that.
because that's the only thing you'll see one different from the other. It's an obsession that kind of
That
stands
brings a
out.
little individualism.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
And then you end up seeing that across everyone. But I would give a lot of credit to what I am now, or the journey is, yes, I met a few mentors along the way. And back then it was like you need to have a mentor. So you are hunting for, hey, you know what, who's the guy? So I had one in school, not school, in college. I had one starting in my first job. I had someone who really inspired me.
Right.
Then came, I think, Mr. Akbar, who was that icon that you would see him and you'd be like, wow, this man has charisma, passion, it's oozing out, So I have acquired from
Sounds a
of
lot
people.
like you, by the way.
So people tell you have become an Akbar. And you don't realize that. So you emulate,
True, true.
You shine the light.
Right.
I like those words, but a lot of it has to do with the travel as well. We were speaking that I only the last 10 years, I have exposed myself to travel. Before that, it was just, short trips here and there. Europe started happening 10 years ago. And then I tell people that I'm a visual learner. So we spoke about architecture, we spoke about how it influences everything that we do.
Right.
So one aspect has been the visual learning. Subconsciously, I'm picking up stuff,
True.
not realizing.
That it's adding to your craft.
Exactly. And suddenly it just kind of, comes out. And then I'm able to connect the dots. So I would say a lot of the taste, and I tell people, please travel, explore. And
I
that
can
doesn't
vouch
mean
for
just
that.
go. I hardly do, when I say touristy things, look at, okay, Colosseum, yeah, seen it, done, check.
Yeah, yeah. But
Eiffel
beyond the
Tower,
point, you
there,
can't.
No. Eiffel Tower, okay, check. Duomo, check. I wouldn't go and explore hours and hours into it. But for me, it's the surrounding around it. So a lot of travel.
Right.
I would say a lot of mentors. Again, I'm able to put down a list that people who have influenced me, or rather a style that I like, that I tend to emulate. But what I do different is I try and add a little bit of my character,
Right.
or the localness to it. So you don't look like you're exactly emulating someone, because
True.
it can get scary.
Yeah, yeah, of course. I can imagine that.
I've seen people who exactly emulate, and I say, hey, build you.
Then you're just, copying in
You're
a way.
copying.
You're not
Yeah.
contributing your
You're not.
individualism and your obsession.
Exactly.
It's funny you bring up travel. I mean, of course, your travel schedule is not private. Everyone knows it thanks to your
Yes,
Instagram.
through Instagram,
You know, we all know which part of the world you're in. And I personally have also had my creative growth through travel, like just immersing myself in culture. So I completely resonate with that. But can you think of a time or a story where, and again, a trip outside work where you went not for work, which left some sort of a memory with you that you keep thinking back about, or that just keeps coming back to you again and again? Is there a story there that you can recall?
Not that I can connect as we speak, but one point was when I first went to Italy was a holiday
Okay.
with my wife and my daughter. And we were speaking the other day. I said, for the longest time, I was scared of not getting rejected for a visa,
Right.
saying, okay, no, my books are not strong enough. I don't think I'm fit to travel. Well, we got past that. And we went on a break. And I've always heard of fabric from Italy, Italian fashion. So I said, let me go there. And I realized that was that one moment that I realized, man, I love this
This
space.
world.
I love this world. Architecture, everyone's well dressed, everyone's well groomed. I mean, okay, you get the very touristy kinds who are
Of course.
relaxed. I mean,
course.
it's maybe their time to unwind, you know. So you don't know what mode you're in exactly. But my eyes went on the really, you know, well put together, and I said, we are missing this. This is something I want to be. So I came back from that trip saying, a new perspective, you know, and slowly the Dapper Da vibe started off
Yes.
from there.
Yes.
2015 was the thing where we wanted dandy, dapper,
Right.
all those words were hashtags running around. And then my wife, actually, I give her credit for, she came up with it. Saying
How
that
lovely.
Because she's not from Chennai. And so everyone's using this word da, yes, da, no, da. What is this, you know? You should just be called dapper, da. You know, so you're local, you're rooted, but
It's a game changer.
it was.
It's and again, it's one of those things where the dapper internationalism to it, and the da, which brings your roots.
Yeah.
Such a beautiful touch without being overtly out there. So it's beautiful. Kudos
so
to
that-
her for
that-
coming
yes,
to that.
yes,
So lovely. I want to talk a little bit about trade-offs, and the reason I bring that up is because creative entrepreneurs struggle with that the most. People I've interacted with. It's not usually something that creativity and commerce meet eye to eye. Running a business and being a creator, it's not easy. And I'm assuming you've been doing this for almost 2 decades now.
Yeah.
You've found your balance. I'm assuming so. So, was there a moment that you can recall where you felt like, okay, now I figured out how I can make those trade-offs, why I'm doing this and why I'm not doing this, those choices? If you could think a little bit about that and share that, that'll be great.
There's definitely more clarity now.
Okay.
20 years in the business. But yeah, there's definitely a trade-off every time.
Of course.
You know, you cannot be the superhuman one-man show.
Yeah.
It can never happen.
Yeah.
Right? Instagram will not show my weaknesses, but they are there. I mean, we're all human, right?
Of course, of course. That's what makes us unique as well. So,
Yes. So, like I said, I enjoy the selling aspect. When I say selling, it's getting a request and finding a style or a character for it. Beyond that, the whole process of the workflow is my weakness. You know, I tend to postpone things at times. So if you let me sit for a while, I'm going to the next thing. You know. So it is. I don't know how much of an ADHD kind of a thing, because if it's a mess, I can't handle. I can't deal on a. I might create that mess. It's all
Yourself.
because of me, yes. But then if I'm stuck in that, I'm like, slowly you'll see me exiting, saying that, okay, I can't handle it. So that's something I'm learning now to, hey, no, wait. You can do it. Finish it. Complete it. So I'm learning a lot about me and a character that has become in these 20 years that I'm trying to now improve on. But yeah, it's tough. You cannot be everything. And I give credit to the pyramid structure that I tell people, like, listen, it's a two-way
street.
Do haath chahiye, tali bajane ke, right? It's a two-way
Absolutely.
street. So without the system, I'm not there. Without me,
The system falls apart.
And I tell people it's not easy. I chose the path where I thought it was easy.
Right.
Where,
Did you though? When you were starting out, you thought you were getting into something easy?
Yeah, I mean, exactly. It's called OPM. Have you heard of OPM?
Yes.
Other people's money. Not that I took someone else's money, but I said, okay, someone else is investing. How bad is it going to be? I'm going to just ride the roller coaster that it was, not knowing you're getting into one. But no, you have to put, it's not just sweat.
Right.
It's only when you put
your
money in.
When you're all in.
When you're all in, right?
skin
Maybe
in the
for a
game.
little while, yes, you are feeling it. So it was a great way for me to understand that this is me.
Right.
I give credit to that whole business and my partners then, saying that they kind of brought out or they polished me to that aspect where I felt this is me and I want to stick on. But it's never a free ride.
Of course, there are no free
There
lunches.
are no free lunches.
Right,
I tell my team as well, like put in effort. Eventually, the system has to give you back.
True, true.
And that's what keeps you going.
That does remind me when you bring up the point of having that phase working with partners and then going all in. I want to know a little bit about your gut calls, where you've in a way gone out of the way, not listen to other people's advice, be like, who are, let's say, industry veterans or experts or even friends and well-wishers saying like, no, you should do this, and you're like, no, my gut is saying I need to do this. Is there a moment that you can think of where you went with against everyone's advice and it actually paid off?
I think many times.
Can you
I didn't
share
know,
one that?
I really didn't know if I was doing the right thing or not. It was like you said, that pure gut feeling. But from the beginning, we've always been, I would say, not a value-driven brand. When I say value, it's not. There are so many tailors. Everything became on a what's a trouser at, what's your shirt at. For me, value was not the price point. Was what I'm giving you in return.
Right.
Apart from my time, a product that stands the test of time or lasts longer. Right. And that philosophy we've always had. And many a times, 2008-9 was never too kind. Price was a big factor.
Of deterring people away or like them being hesitant?
Yeah, them feeling like, okay, you're slightly, I can get a trouser made for so much. So
the comparison was with the wrong
apple
things.
to apple, you can't. You really can't unless you get into the details. Like I tell people, you can notice two people wearing a gold ring. You will never know if it's gold plated or if it's a 24 karat gold. It is gold.
True.
Great. It's a ring. Kudos to you. But beyond that, you will not know. So we try to stay a little exclusive. What's not available? What's classic? Right. What's not with the moment.
Exactly. A little timeless.
Yes. So that clarity has come along the way, but we were that. And then thanks to everyone talking quiet luxury, I say every tailor was quiet luxury for the longest time.
That's true, until it became a thing.
Exactly. No labels. You don't know who's made it for you, who's the guy sitting behind, putting hours and hours into your style. It is quiet luxury. You're commissioning someone to make that garment for you. So all of these came in much later, but many times you would want to succumb to a cheaper, value-driven, knock the prices down.
Right.
You need to have, you have bills to pay.
Right.
But you kind of steered away from that.
And you hold your ground of like, this is what I'm building.
Yeah.
I've got to make sure people get it.
Yes.
But can you think of a moment where you felt like people are now actually getting it? It's not as hard as a sell that it used to be. Was there any moment in time where you felt like, okay, now I think people are getting it. They know what's quiet luxury and this what they're signing up for.
The last, I think the pandemic was 2020, 2021 was a great shift in mindset where people really didn't want touch and feel. They wanted to understand a little bit more about, like, you would shop online, you would take a risk.
Right.
You don't want to see the place and understand whether the guy
is credible or not.
Yes, is what he says he is. But before that, people wanted to come and kind of understand, are you the same person? So the limitation was, I was stuck to one city. Right. My audience was around that satellite few cities or towns or whatever you want to call it as.
Right. That
neighborhoods,
region.
the blocks, yes. But then post that 20 years or the time again advocates for you, people dabbling in, I guess travel became big. Socially now people started, you get exposure to brands, price points. Travel for me also say, hey, what I'm offering is not bad.
It also gave you the confidence.
Yes,
that,
I was not comparing it to the right.
The benchmarks changed for you.
Exactly.
Nice.
And then, so travel, people traveling more, awareness again. It's like, not bad. Because I have a lot of clients who came in and like, hey, I like it. I want this. Okay? But there are some people still go through numbers. Nahi, you know. So I want to, with all due respect, I want to cater to the guys who want the service and say, listen, this is what I want. Great.
Right.
It drives me to do better work, you know, and open up my mind and, you know, give me a free hand. It's like an artist, right? I try to do that. I try to commission someone in art and I control it and I realized it's not that person anymore. I said, oh my God.
Because it became just an
Yeah,
extension
I
of
started-
you rather than
yes,
the artist.
Yes. And not an extension of me. It's not the person's art. It became something else. So I said, no.
I gotta, like,
now
let
I'm
them
gonna
do the
see
job.
and buy. I like it. I take it. So
No, that's very true. I want to talk about, since you brought up an art commission, and I consider a lot of other brands were running the show as artists themselves, and we were talking about this yesterday. I have to say, by the way, this conversation is also thanks to a collaboration that, you know, Mesa Madras and Quorum is doing. And this is something I've learned from Vivek, that the power of growing a brand through collaborations. Like, he's built this brand through collaborations. And I'm seeing a story happening with Mesa Madras as well, which is very connected to collaborations and partnerships. So walk me through a few collaborations which was like the starting point where you felt comfortable that, okay, you know, this is actually good for you and your brand to grow. Some collaborators that you met, some early conversations that gave you the confidence that this is okay, this is something I should dabble in.
no, if, like you said, speaking about Quorum and Vivek, hats off. You know, what he's created.
Absolutely.
And like you said, rightly partnered. The assets are important. The location is important.
Right.
The members are important.
Absolutely.
You know?
They're the soul.
Yellow, not white. As in terms
Yeah.
of, you know, it's as big as it can get.
Right,
You know?
right.
Anyone and
Right.
everyone can be a member.
Right.
And for me, partnerships became that aspect that I cannot have everything. You know, we
Not
spoke
everything
about-
can be Osman.
Yes, not everything can be offered the way it should be by me, right? So again, going to Italy or travel gave us a lot of exposure on what are the elements that we are missing, what we need to bring in. And everywhere I've tried, I tried to do something on my own, but then what happens is, it tends to, I hate to accept it, but it is, it fizzles down. You know, it's like, you know, you
The
pop
initial
this-
energy is
yeah,
so
the
much
energy is
and-
so much and then you die down, right? So I said, no, this cannot keep happening, because it was a pattern again. I realized saying that, okay,
Not sustainable then.
yes. So the greed is to bring everything.
It's
Right?
coming from there.
Yes. But it doesn't have to be me, you know? And then I realized, hey, if it's a partner, my financial exposure might not be as much as thing. And we both share a piece of the pie, which is great.
Yeah,
you know?
it's a win-win.
It's a win-win. And so I don't bring everything under Osman Abdul Razak.
Right.
What do I do? Because the store is now under my name.
Right.
Right? It's like that law firm where you have one senior lawyer, but you don't want one senior lawyer.
True.
You want multiple verticals, multiple
Right.
experts.
Right.
So I said, you know what? Let's backtrack. Let's rename this, because the show must
Go on.
go on. Right? It could be not me, someone else. It could be, and that's when I started seeing the team as creatives themselves. And then listen, you can tomorrow have a line with Mesa. If that's your aesthetic, bring it on.
And you'll back that.
Yes,
You could see that and you'll back
exactly.
that.
So that
Interesting.
I'm again adding more to the table on what we can offer. So it started off with a shoe brand called Southside.
Okay.
Actually, before that, another friend's brand where we tried to offer shoes.
Okay.
Now, then I didn't realize I could make my own shoes or we label it, right? But there was so much happening there. The effort of selling that shoe was so hard. And then not all the efforts pay,
Right.
because you're building someone else's brand. Right? You're vouching for someone else with all heart. And I still would do it. But I felt at some point, I feel that creeping in that, hey, you're not getting the due credit.
Right.
So
right.
no, let's start something on my own.
Right.
Again, when I did that, this whole thing of it's
Those
not our
ups and
core.
downs.
Yes. Slowly it tends to get sidelined. So I said, no, let's create a vertical.
Okay.
Let's create a haberdashery, a maison, a salon where elegance is met, experiences are made personal.
Right.
It doesn't have to be me.
Right.
It can
right.
be everything that is, hey, I'm a well put together guy. People always appreciate.
Right.
They love the smaller elements that I might
Yeah.
feel normal.
Yeah.
But they'll be like, man, I like
Exactly,
that.
exactly.
So let's bring all of that in and showcase that to a community. Maison is still going to be a very closed door system.
Right.
Finding Maison was that first concept that you need to look for it, right? It's that like that, what do you call cafes? What is that? Speakeasy?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like
you
like
had
your-
to actually go for it. You had
Yes,
the
you need to
intent
take a
of
little
finding
effort,
it.
right? And that could be even wanting it.
That's a good connection, actually.
Yes.
Yeah. I can visualize Maison having that vibe of, okay, that's like a speakeasy that you specially go for because you put in that effort.
Put in that effort. And this was exactly what Hyderabad offered me. So when I spoke to Vivek, like, you will love Hyderabad, you know. The library, we have something called the library, then it has like a secret room.
Right,
And I go,
right.
secret room? But now when I come and see it, again, from that gazebo,
Right,
observatory,
right.
to the outdoor, to the indoor, there's so much character that the club brings to, I'm proud to be here, you know.
Thank you
I
so
tell him,
much.
I'm so, you know, I don't know how, I wouldn't have understood art 5 years ago. I'm like, what is this? Filled walls, you know, eclectic furniture,
right.
carpets, obsession.
How did you get into that?
I don't know.
what-
I think
art
it's-
and carpets. What's the story
I
behind
think
that?
I tell people I would give Instagram its due credit. Okay, Meta, what they've done, because till 2015, we were relying on a coffee table magazine I was advertising on, hoping to have a circulation of 20,000 people, but I didn't realize I don't need 20,000. I cannot serve 20,000 people.
Right, right.
Is it actually going to 20,000 people?
Right. And are they the right people
Is that my audience?
Yeah.
Exactly. So I was spending. I said, and so I have this thing at the store. It's a beautiful store. We got Faisal Mansoor, the architect, to commission the
Oh,
design.
nice.
Very mid-century, modern, little wood,
Right.
neoclassical. So
Right,
it has
right,
a mixed genre.
True.
Very draped.
Very Osman, I would say.
Acquired, travel.
Yeah,
Right? So
yeah.
it has a lot of collectibles. I call myself a magpie. You know, just go and, you know, collecting stuff. So how Instagram plateaus you. Like, so till 2015, Facebook, yes, active. Then, and I was a closed private account on Instagram. Instagram was 2012, 14. Because I keep going back to check, when did I start? You know, and they tell you, right, when it has started. So 2012, I was a closed private account.
Right.
And again, Mariam, my wife was saying, what are you doing? You're selling clothes, but you're a private closed account. I said, no, I don't want other people to see what I'm doing. You know, people in the business, you're like, no, people will see, people will emulate. That's how you learn.
Right, right.
Right? So put yourself out there, do your best, let the world see. And then that's one day that I went from private
To
closed
public.
to public.
Public.
Swipe. And it just suddenly, you know,
Change your world.
It changed my world. And then, so one, exposure. Two, it plateaus you. What you see in Italy, what you
Right.
see in Turkey, what you
Right.
see in Obsession, what you see in an auction, you
Right.
start seeing and liking. So, and that's what a lot of the vision has been on, you know, because of social media, the exposure is so wide.
True.
You don't necessarily have to travel. I
It's
didn't know
become
I
more
had-
accessible.
Yes, I actually have one of the rugs, exact ones.
Oh, wow.
That is at yesterday when we ate.
Right.
It's a kilim.
Ah.
And I thought it was a unique piece.
Uh-huh.
Wait. I have this. Okay, it's a different color, but okay. And I took a picture. It was sold. It's sold by. Usually these guys, the carpet sellers, have
Right.
a small sticker at the back,
Right, like
with
the
the
label.
size, and maybe they write Caucasian or Afghani. You know, I again
source.
want. I root back because that was a period that I I was not aware of all this. So even the horology, the watches that I love are from the 80s. So I say it's from the time that I'm an 82 born. So it's that period that is very
close to you.
is me. But I obviously can't go back.
Of course. But you can bring back that time through these little details.
So people never understood vintage, why color. I said, no, it's something, I want to bring back that era that I was
resonate with.
Yes, and I resonate with.
Even though I used to be an architect, it's only in the last 5-6 years that I myself have started appreciating these things. I would otherwise be like, oh, this is such a filled up space, but now I'm like, this is what's bringing the character to that space. So,
yes.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Okay, I'm going to switch gears a bit and we're going to play a little game.
Okay.
And the game is called Yellow, Not White.
Okay.
So I'm going to throw 2 scenarios at you.
Okay.
And you've got to pick one of those, right? I'm going to throw 5-6 scenarios at you and you've got to pick one of those, right? Okay, so the first one is, would you rather create for someone who knows exactly what they want, they have complete clarity, but they will tell you what they want? Or for someone who's super confused, has zero clarity, will make you redo everything, but they're going to give you the creative freedom to play with it. Your choices, your taste. Who would you?
I think creative freedom I would go for.
Even if it's like a lot of rework and a lot of...
It's fine.
That's fine.
That's understanding, right? That's why we do what we do.
Fair.
So I don't mind tweaking a little bit, understanding you a little bit more, rather than someone having clarity, because that's a tough person to deal
True,
with.
fair enough. Okay. Moving on to the next one. Would you rather have a client who keeps coming back, someone who's like a loyalist to you, or someone who's come to you once, they loved your work, but instead of them coming back, they keep sending their friends to you as clients? Who would you want more of?
As business-wise, it's a tough call,
I know, that's why. That's the spot I'm trying to put you in.
Building loyalty is what we're here for. So I would rather see the person coming back.
Fair.
You know, it's sort of a win. It's pride. It's giving you the cue that you're in the right direction, because you're coming back for more.
Right.
It's easy for someone. I tell people, listen, you don't need me after a few visits, because you can do it yourself. And that's how we try and style a look.
Right.
But they say, no, I like what you do. I want your coffee. I want to sit with you, you know. That is what I think yearn for more.
Lovely. Okay. Would you rather make something that gets instant recognition and like is instantly viral, or something that initially is, you know, not so well received but grows over time and it becomes timeless? What would you rather?
I think the latter. That's what we've done subconsciously. Like when we started the Gurkha trousers 8 years ago, 2018, 2019, even I would shy away from it. I would wear it 1-2 times just for a post and not wear it again.
Right.
And you get trolled, you get comments, because people were not exposed to that then.
True.
But today, everyone...
It's like the thing to look forward to. Yeah. If you're not doing that, then something's wrong with you.
There was a time where 3 years ago, people say, hey, he copied your trousers. I said, no. It's a style that we kind of reintroduced.
Right.
It's like that silent black and white movie that has come back in trend.
Yeah.
So I feel we've somehow been ahead of the curve, or rather my aim has always been to be a little one step. I'm always looking back, you know, but I want to be ahead.
Nice.
And we've subconsciously or with the love for creating something, have created something that has lasted, been timeless, little edgy.
I can vouch for that. That's absolutely true. I kind of know the answer to this question, knowing you, but still I'm going to throw it at you. And consider, again, this is hypothetical, consider all things remain the same. In both the choices that I'm going to give you, the business remains the same, the brand remains the same, but you have to give one of the two. You can either go to the world with Mesa or Madras, like you're always on the road, you're doing your travel shows and your trunk shows, or you stay at your store and the world comes to you. What would you choose?
I would love for the world to come to us.
Okay.
But as it's like, you know, as a fantasy, you know, not everyone has, like I said, the time to travel, to take out. I rather position a few spots that they can get a taste and flavor of. It's like that a tasting room.
Right.
You go
right,
in,
Right.
you know the brand, you've heard of it, but okay, we've come to your city, and then you're getting
Get a
a feel of
feeler.
it. Or automatically the acquisition is happening to the main store. Eventually, my want to bring you at some point
That
to
is
Chennai
the
is so
fair.
to eventually bring you there. I need to position myself to a few places so that there's a new clientele.
But if you had to choose, and of course this is hypothetical,
Yeah.
in real life you don't have to do that fortunately, that you yourself are only at the store. You can't go to the world and they are coming to you. Or you're always on the road. They can come to you while you're there, like let's say you're in Hyderabad, you're in Bombay, you're in Goa. They come to you there, or would you want that, okay, everyone just comes to Madras?
They have to come to
Madras.
Mesa, to the location. That's character. That's our gem. That's our home.
Right, right.
Today I can, people even say there's a certain fragrance to the space that
Yeah.
now has become unique.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I wanted to do that. I don't know how we managed to do that. Is it the wood? Is it the perfume that we, and they come there and, I can get like a sense of it while they're walking in, and that's so good to hear. And that's home. If I'm traveling, I'll burn.
Fair.
I'll burn. So I'd rather be.
Okay, you've made your choice.
Was that? were you
Yeah,
clear with
that's
that?
what I
Okay.
had.
Okay.
In my mind, I thought you'd say as well. Okay, the last one on
Yes.
yellow and not white. Would you rather create for someone who aligns with your taste, but doesn't trust you? Your taste and their taste aligns, but they don't trust you, or someone who is completely not introduced to your world of taste, but trusts you and be like, okay, you tell me what to do. I'm open to suggestions. Who would you rather design that garment for?
No, trust is a very important factor. It begins with trust. Again, scenarios, you go to a lawyer, you go to a doctor, you have to have trust. If you don't connect with that person,
Right.
who's
Right.
going to be working on you
Right.
or working for you,
Right.
it cannot
Doesn't
happen.
work.
It cannot
Fair.
happen. So the trust is very important.
Okay, I think we've talked enough about your side hustle of being a tailor.
Yeah.
Let's jump to your main career, which is modeling on Instagram.
No.
Let's talk a little bit about Dapper Da. And the reason I, again, bring that up is because I feel you've managed to, with authentic storytelling, you've managed to put yourself out there, create a brand for yourself. People want to come and check out your work because of you. Not the work itself is not the acquisition. It's through listening to Osman, watching him, and being like, "Oh, this is such a well put together man. Let's hear what he's got to say, or let him style me." How has that experience been, like putting yourself out there in the public and like creating content? It's a demanding job, like
it is.
you being on your toes the entire day for your actual main business, but as well as on Instagram. It's a demanding job.
Yeah.
How have you found balance there?
It's still a struggle.
Okay.
Honestly,
Okay.
balancing, because you're out with family and you suddenly need to put up a story or a thing. So yeah, they understand me now.
Okay.
They know what I'm trying to do, and it's not. It's building. It's awareness. It's constantly. I was telling you about the bell at the store.
Right. Right.
It's kind of somehow connects to what we're talking about.
Right.
There's a little, you call it a dog bell or a cat bell that you usually have. People have this little hole in the door for their pets to go in and out, right?
Right. Right.
And there's a little bell.
Right.
Ding, ding,
Right. That you know that okay, they've come
They
in.
come
now.
in, right? So I saw this, and I saw this all across Japan and places that you walk in and ding, ding. Someone's come. You have the electronic ones, but you have the very traditional ones. So we got one. And I tell the people, there was a time that I was waiting, looking at the door, waiting for the bell to ting, ring, for someone to come. Because we've gone through that phase as well, where the whole day, not a single walk-in. And we were thriving on serving people. So, the need of putting myself out there
Right.
is for this, because there was a time where we were completely
Silent, like no show ups, no one.
yeah, what do I do? subconsciously or the actual need was to drive the business, to put clothing out there,
Right,
to
right.
put a style out there.
Right.
But it's helped both ways, you know.
And if I may assume so a bit, I think initially, at least this is what I've heard from other people, other entrepreneurs who put them out there and have built founder-led brands. Initially, there is a bit of, cringe and discomfort and whatnot. But over a period of time, again, they find their balance. You think you're in that spot now where you feel like, okay, of course, this is good for the brand and business. I have to do this, but this is now not draining for me, but something that I can actually do day in and day out? Or is that still something that you're like, okay, do I have to do this? Are you in that in-between zone?
No,
Right?
it's part of me, but there's still so much to learn. I see people who are so effortless. I mean, we do great on social media, but again, by the time I decide and I post and I do that, it's a few days in. There are people who are
Like,
on the spot.
right, right.
Bam,
right.
bam, 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 done.
Right,
I'm out of here.
Right.
And I go, you know. But I felt that seemed a little too forced also.
And also, if I may, I think given you just shared your values around how you build the brand, you've always tried to be a little bit more thoughtful and timeless. And in this Instagram age of everything being there, you found your way of, okay, I'll think about my content, I'll plan it, and then I'll put it out. It's okay
important.
if it's not going live in 2 seconds.
Yeah, it's important.
It's important.
Because for me, the angle has to be right, the
Right.
music has to be perfect.
Right. You pay attention to that as well? Lovely.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and how involved are you in that process? Like the overall.
No, but right now, we have a great team.
Okay.
You know, it's taken us time to get there. For the longest time, I used to shoot my content. For the longest time, I felt I rather do collaborations than actually,
Create
build a
your
team
own.
because, hey, it's a win-win. But no, I felt, no, getting a team is important. And I'm a little scared to tell people exactly where I am, right? So I like to post after. the event.
Once you've left the
Yes,
space.
once I left the space,
So there are no surprises.
Yeah, no surprises. So they'll be like, wait, are you still in Italy? I said, no, I'm way back. I'm back home, but
Fair. I want to talk about the number 9. I know it has huge significance for you and your business. You've seen 2 cycles of that in your business turnaround. If we were to go in the future, let's say we're sitting in a time machine, 9 years down the road, where do you see this? What makes you excited that, okay, this is actually what I intended to do?
no, I think funny you say that is because earlier, the last 10 years were a blur. I don't know where I was heading. It was for me, just ride along, right? Sorry, the first 9 years were a blur.
Yeah.
The last 9 years have been some structure, molding that I've understood the pattern.
You
I've
paid
understood-
attention to what's happening.
Yes, I've understood what has worked for me, what works for me, what is not me. And that has helped me decide where my next, I have never thought, people say you have to think long. I said, how? How can you think long? It's so, you can't predict.
And the world right now is so unpredictable.
Exactly.
How do you plan for that?
But now because of this and now also training my mind to think long, I have structured. So a lot of the things you see are pieces of the puzzle that will eventually get
Connected.
complete. Yes. And 9 has been a great milestone. It's actually stopped. Every 9 years has been a milestone, invariably. The flood happened 9 years ago.
Right.
We completed at the new store. We renovated the store, and the beautiful new store happened in the 18th year.
Right.
So I said, you know what? This is good. It's lining up. 9th is my birthday. I'm not into numerology. People think, what? I said, no. It keeps me going. It's something that's driving me to think and engineer that way. So I said, I'm enjoying it. There's nothing wrong. I of course believe in the Almighty. I believe you're here for a reason.
Right.
And then you do good.
Right.
And it happens to you as well.
Right.
So all of those are there. But it's giving me milestones. So now I can see, because of the two seasons that I've had, I know where I want to get to, how I want to train myself, and I'm also consciously training to reach the goal. So I put like
I like how you've termed it as seasons.
seasons.
So imagine your 27th year, season 3,
Yes.
turn of events. And is there something that you've not shared with the world right now, but is brewing in your head and you're like, okay, this needs a little bit of time. Let me settle on a few things and then I'll do it. Is there anything like that?
There's a lot.
You want to keep it private?
There's a
We
lot.
can.
Yes, I'm gonna reveal, but I'm saying
Absolutely.
it's a journey that you'll get to see unfold. Forget 27. Next year is 2027. It's going to be a milestone year. It's my 45th birthday.
How lovely.
year. It's 20th year for the business. 2007 is when we started the store physically. 2006 I started. So that itself is for me a milestone. You know, so I'm really. I have enough. Now I realize, you know, again I've read, build silently, arrive. You'll automatically arrive when you're there, right?
Right.
Because usually I announce. Even the bag project that we had,
Yeah.
before we had production ready, I was like so into put up picture saying now available, and they're like, what the hell? What do you do? So we
Hold your
quickly
horses.
made 18 pieces and we sold. But then I realized it died down because people didn't want to wait. Oh no, you announced it and I still have to wait.
Then it's not
18,
fair.
20 days, 3 weeks, 1 month. No. So I realized, okay, no. Keep it ready, prepare, keep it all ready.
Fair.
But I'm already thrilled for it. So it's like, okay, now here, either you indulge, you shop, you experience, you watch. But so 2027 is also going to be a
Lovely. Looking forward to
a
that.
great year, yes,
Looking forward to
inshallah.
that. Thank you so much again, Osman. We've spent enough time on the couch. I think
Yes.
we should head to your store.
Yes,
and
I want to
let's check that
walk
out.
you through
Absolutely.
Mesa.
Absolutely.
Yellow, not white.
Huh.
I can resonate with that so much. And I think
Love that.
it's and I asked you what it was. It was like, it's perspective.
Yeah.
It's Vivek's perspective. This is your perspective of yellow, not white.
Right.
I gave you my perspective. So I think,
Right,
you know, it's
right.
connecting the dots.
And you know,
Brilliantly.
I'm glad you brought up the word perspective because the intent is that people who do end up watching this conversation, they get a little bit of extra perspective. Or it could be a creative entrepreneur wondering, okay, what should they do with their business? Some confidence. Just through this conversation, they'll get some new perspective. So
Yeah.
that's the intent. I'm
Amazing.
glad you brought
No,
that.
it's
Thank you so
brilliant.
much again.
No, thank you.
Get down. Paid the cost to be the boss. Paid the cost to be the boss. I paid the cost to be the boss. Look at me.